Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. We're in a van, a 2016 Ford Transit Connect. Pretty low miles, about 65,000 miles. And here's a customer complaint: passenger side rear door ajar, even though the door is closed. So what do we need for this diagnosis? We need a wiring diagram to see where this ajar message is coming from, and then we need to see where, is there a broken wire? Is it a bad latch? Let's do some research and try to figure this one out. So looking up the wiring diagrams for power locks, looks like the body control module is in charge. Right rear door, that's what we're interested in. Sliding door latch, right hand. 1 is the jar switch, 2 is the unlock switch, it looks like. And then it's just grounded through here. It goes through one intermediate connector, C810, and C810 is located right by the right rear door. It's a sliding door. So we can get to this connector, see if we can find this yellow wire on pin 1, do a check right there, and while looking at scan data in the BCM. So right now it says all the doors are closed except for the right rear door. If I open the driver's door, it'll say ajar closed. So should be a pretty simple diagnosis. We're just chasing one wire. Let's get to that connector. Alright, so here's connector C810, and the 2 pins that we want to get to is pin 1, yellow wire, and pin 8, black and green wire. So on the actual pinouts, it's a 12-pin connector, and what we want to do is basically bypass the door and see if the problem is in the wiring harness to this connector or in the door. So very easy, just connect the 2 pins, the yellow and the black and green, through a little test light. It's the same thing as grounding it out. And check this out, right rear door ajar switch says closed. If I disconnect it, it says ajar. So we just proved that the wiring from the BCM to this connector is perfect. Now we're worried about the door. So from here all the way through this flex into the door to this latch assembly. So what do we need to do now? Well, we need to take off this door panel and get to the connector at the latch and see if the wires are continuous to here. That's the next step. Alright, so the door panel's off, just 2 screws and a whole bunch of clips. That's right there. Now we have the latch unplugged. So it's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires here. 3 are blank, 8-pin connector. So wiring diagram, we want to check continuity from C810 pin 1 to pin 6 at the latch, that's the yellow wire, and then pin 4 to pin 8, that's the ground wire, the black and green. So first check right there, 0 ohms. We're going from black and green here, pin 8 to pin 4 at the latch. Now let's move to the other one. This is going to be our yellow wire, the door ajar wire, and if that checks out, then this thing needs a new latch. Simple as that. And then we'll move this over here. You can see the AES Wave adapter kit is absolutely a time saver. And here we go. Open wire on the yellow. So this wire right here to this pin right here is an open circuit. Now we have to find it. Where in the door could it be open? Somewhere where it bends, flexes. That wire always has some voltage on it because it's coming from the BCM, so we're looking for green crusties, maybe in the flex somewhere. So let's try to pinpoint it. This is not easy to do with an ohm meter, but you can do a little wiggle check and see how much the resistance is changing. We're in the mega ohms, so it's an almost broken wire. There's probably a little green crusties bridging the gap. If I wiggle the harness down here in the door, pretty big change. Okay, and what I'm seeing is inside the door there's water, and that harness is actually submerged in water. Interesting. So we have to take out whatever this is. This channel looks like a couple screws there. Let's pop that out. Try to find the broken wire. Well, I think we might have found the problem right here. I took this plastic door flex shield off, and look at that. Look at all that copper exposed, swimming in water. Let's see if that's our guy. There might be one strand left. Oh, there's one that's completely chewed off right there. Where's the other piece? Oh, there it is. Yep, that's got to be it. So let me see if I can. This comes out a little bit. It's kind of in this tight area. The correct fix is to replace the whole harness, but we don't operate like that. Let's try to fix it. Almost no parts required. All right, so I want to confirm that that is the only place that the wire is broken, and that is the correct wire, because all the wires here are gray in this door harness. So what I did was, here's the torn end coming from the car. So this is plugged in. This is the end of the broken wire. So we're going to tap into that, and then I'm going to put my other lead on the ground wire at the door latch. That's pin 4. So we have 12 volts on there right now. That's coming from the BCM, and we have right rear door ajar. Now, how do we do a bypass test quick and easy? Just take one lead, plug it into the other one, and boom, closed. So confirmed, that is the only broken wire. There's also one damaged wire. And now we are done with the diagnosis. So you can easily charge over an hour for this, maybe an hour and a half, because there's some tear downs required, this and that. For the repair, that's a separate charge. The body shop can either replace the harness on their own, do the repair on their own, or as a mobile tech, I can offer them the repair service, which is take the whole harness out, extend the wire, probably another hour, including putting everything back together. So charge accordingly. Do not work for free in this field. Otherwise, you're just not going to make it. So let me talk to the shop owner, show him what we found, and we're basically done with this van. Alright, so the shop authorized the wiring repair. So we're going to solder in an extension. I already did one side, fished it through, and we're going to connect it to the other side of the broken wire and wrap it up and make sure that the bend isn't stressed. And this is, this is fine stranded wire here because it's designed to flex over and over again. So this repair, I can't guarantee long term, but they said ordering a harness would be a big pain, so we're going to do what we can. Beautiful. Alright, so harness is back in its track. Let's look at the live data. When I manually, we could even latch the door, I guess, the whole way. Let's see. Closed, open. Perfect. Let me put the door panel back on. Bill the customer. So that's it. Nothing too crazy or unexpected, but kind of low miles for a door harness to go bad. But it is what it is, just part of the design. If that happens in your Ford Transit Connect, you know where to look. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Alright, let's do a final verification of repair. All the doors say closed. Driver's door ajar. Let's do the right rear door. Passenger side rear door ajar. Passenger door ajar. And last but not least, driver's side rear door ajar. We're good. Fixed. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.